Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Poll Pulse 2014, the show where NewsX in conjunction with Sunday Guardian puts its finger on the pulse of the voter to determine who they will vote for. Today, we will focus our attentions on the southern states. It is being said that the South holds the key to the stability of the next government. If Modi can win big in the South along with allies there, greater chances of the NDA returning with a thumping mandate. Equally, the South is crucial for the Congress and its allies. If the Congress does well, the UPA will be able to stem the so-called Modi wave. The outcome is crucial for a number of state satraps who are hoping to play kingmaker. The opinion poll brought to you by Sunday Guardian this evening has polled over 23,000 randomly selected respondents across all 28 states over the last month. The data is weighted to known census profile. Margin of error is plus minus 3% at the national level and plus minus 5 at the state level. Now, see voter, the opinion poll is only tracking the study on public opinion in India, which includes a nationwide survey every week. Every week, its cumulative analysis includes responses of more than 500,000 respondents every year. And I'm stressing this to give you an example of how big this sample size is and therefore reduces the margin of error. Its cumulative analysis includes responses of more than 500,000 respondents every year on various issues of our times. The long-term trends of the research are based upon the cumulative tracking poll data collected over the last 5 years across all 543 Lok Sabha segments. With that, let's quickly go across to Rishabh Gulati to set the baseline first of these 4 important states in the South. And after that, we will look at the result in Andhra.
All right, let's have a look at the 2009 figures, because the baseline obviously has to begin in 2009 for Andhra Pradesh. The baseline in Andhra Pradesh in 2009, remember, was all Congress all the way. Many things have changed. YSR is gone, Jagan is split, and Telangana has happened. But in 2009, 33 seats out of the 42 for the Congress, with a vast majority, more than 1/3 of the entire vote share as well. Rahul.
That's right. Let's just open this out. Let's find out what the opinion survey has predicted. Rishabh, take us through in March what the people of Andhra are saying. Who are they going to be voting for?
All right. The baseline set at the Congress for Andhra at 33 in 2009. What's changed in the 5 years? Like I pointed out, Telangana has happened, and the big winner seems to be the YSR Congress over here, with 17 seats mostly mopped up from the Simandra region. The TRS makes a big gain in the Telangana region with 13 seats. And have a look at the Congress, all but wiped out at 2. The BJP sneaking in with 1. But here the alliances with the TDP and perhaps the YSR Congress are going to count. So the big winner right now seems to be Jagan Mohan Reddy Rao.
That's right. Jagan Mohan Reddy in Simandra, and the TRS getting 13 in Telangana. The Congress, the BJP not getting anything out of the stand they've taken in Parliament over the creation of the separate state of Telangana. Let's put this out to debate. Joining us, Mr. Prabhu Chawla, Editorial Director of the New Indian Express, Mr. Vinod Sharma, Political Editor of the Hindustan Times, Lalita Kumaramangalam, Spokesperson of the BJP, Tehseen Poonawalla, founder of the YouthCongress.com, Dr. P. Pullarao, political analyst who extensively is specialized on Andhra Pradesh, Madhav Nalapat, Consulting Editor of NewsX, will be with us in just a short while. Suman C. Raman, political analyst, will be joining us from Chennai to put these figures into perspective. Let's quickly also go across to Mysura Reddy, who is with us. But before I go to him, let me get our analysts in to get a bit of a situation assessment on the ground. Mr. Vinod Sharma, what's happening? What's happening here? Why are we seeing the Congress, which came up with what was described as a master stroke, not benefiting?
Well, first of all, I think that this survey may not hold over the next week or so. True. Because there's a possibility of an alliance between the TDP and the BJP, though the BJP is trying to be more demanding than the TDP would expect it to be. But there is tremendous pressure, I'm told, because I haven't been to Andhra lately, but I'm in touch with my friends there. There's tremendous pressure within the TDP leadership and the cadres to have something to do with the BJP. Now, if that happens, then it will be an alliance that will benefit both of them mutually.
Yes.
And I think that in response to that, there is also a remote possibility of a Congress-TRS alliance to beat this alliance. I mean, this is my personal reading.
How does that happen, sir? Explain yourself. How does that happen?
You see, if the TDP has an alliance with the BJP, it will have in both parts of Andhra, in Rayalaseema and also in Telangana. And to beat that, it will make a lot of sense for both Chandrasekhar Rao and for the Congress leadership to have a seat adjustment between themselves in Telangana. Because in Telangana, both of them have heavy stakes, and in Seemandhra, their stakes are near negligible, given that there's a huge sentiment against Telangana and Seemandhra.
But the TRS is still pocketing 13, according to our poll. Mr. Prabhu Chavla, 1 second, sir. That's an interesting proposition. Let me bounce it off the others.
If TDP and BJP go together in Telangana, then this may change for the TRS, because BJP had consistently supported Telangana.
Mr. Prabhu Chavla, the BJP has also been regarded with a certain degree of skepticism by the voter for trying to ally with the TDP when it opposed Telangana. So it's a very, very strange situation. It's not getting anything on any of the sides of the fence, the BJP.
You see, Rahul, normally people say win-win situation. I would say BJP then a lose-lose situation, because they are seen Telangana supporting other side, TDP they are supporting. I don't understand. There is a confused leadership there. There is no leader for the BJP, which has the groundswell of popularity. BJP leaders are always imposed from Telangana. So therefore, I don't want to say anything about the BJP. Problem is that the whole lesson in this poll is that Congress party is losing almost more than half the seats in South.
Yes.
It came to power only because of South. Out of 61 seats, it has 61 seats. It has about, at that point of time, it has 61 seats out of 130. They are now going to get only 27 seats. So that's the big fall for the Congress party. BJP is losing a couple of seats there. They had earlier 19 seats in the South. They are now getting about 16 seats. So it means the national party, both the national parties are going to suffer heavily in this area, irrespective of the consequence of what happens. Big message from South is that both the national parties are being wiped out. That's the lesson from this opinion poll.
Absolutely. It's an important point, and I just want to quickly bring in the two national parties at different levels. Lalita Kumaramangalam, where's the Modi wave in the South?
Good evening. You must remember that we are in alliance in at least a couple of states in the South. In Karnataka, we are expected to sweep. It is predicted that we would get about 20 to 22 seats out of the total.
We'll come to that. You talk about Andhra first.
In Tamil Nadu, despite... in Andhra, it looks like we are going to have an alliance with the TDP, which means it won't be just the BJP. We have to look at it from the point of view of the NDA. And we are expected to get about 17 to 20 seats there together. And by any calculations, that's not a bad number at all. Remember that the Congress swept some 33 seats in 2009, and that was largely what helped them to come to power at the center. Even if we get 15 seats in what is both
you are almost assuming as if the others are going to allow you to just, that they don't exist, that they've fallen off the map. I mean, this assumption, Dr. Pullarao, what's wrong with this assumption? It's a strange assumption.
Not at all. I'm saying even if we get 15
you're almost assuming that you're going to have these allies who are going to...
look at me. I'm not trying to overreact.
What about the party itself? What
I'm
about the
saying
party itself? Your party, if I were to just go with the results that are emerging from Andhra Pradesh, stops just short of the Vindhyas. It's not a national party in that sense. Where's the pan-national presence under Mr. Modi, who is the great unifier of the country? What's going on?
South India consists of 4 states. I don't know why you're being myopic. South India consists of 4 states. Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. You cannot just take one state and discuss it in isolation and say that there's no BJP anywhere else. And you're looking only, continue to look only at 2009 figures. please remember that the wave is not just against, the wave is not just pro-Modi, it's also against an absolute lack of governance.
I think that's the real question here.
This is what
that's
is
the real
also
question.
helping the BJP.
Yes.
Yes, it's the truth. And there's no point
Professor,
in
one second,
for
gentlemen.
change.
Let me first bring
they
in
want
Professor.
To throw out the Congress.
No,
they
one
will
second.
vote for the BJP and the NDA.
What are you trying to say here, Lalita Kumara Mangalam, that the real story emerging from at least this particular state, and you seem to have conceded that this is not a vote for Modi, it's a vote against the Congress. So the Congress, it's a referendum on the Congress. That's what it is. There is no great clash. There is no great clash.
People look at
Dr.
Modi
Pullarao,
today as the answer to the lack of governance in the country.
You have one thing we have to go back to what Mr. Vinod Sharma said.
No, one second. Ms. Kumara Mangalam.
Provide governance.
Okay, let the others.
Which is why we call it a Modi wave.
Okay, let's, first of all, our view of the term wave is also very myopic. Anyone getting 160, 70 seats now, in the present scenario, people think it's a wave. Gone are the days when parties used to get 370 seats. That was called a wave. But, that's a different issue. But, Dr. Pullarao,
we just go back to Andhra Pradesh.
We have to...
1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute. 1 minute, please. One
has to agree with Mr. Vinod Sharma. The picture will become different once the alliances are sealed in both the areas. There is a possibility of definitely the BJP and TDP coming together. That will have an impact in both the areas. And the more interesting possibility which is coming up in the last 3-4 days, seeing this alliance, is that TRS and Congress are also talking informally, and what was never expected to happen may happen. Once these alliances form in Andhra Pradesh, you will have a better clarity. There will be three fronts.
Okay, but I'm on the point. I'm on a larger point, Mr. Vinod Sharma. The larger point is that this particular election was supposed to be a referendum, or at least has been built to be a referendum by one particular party on the policies and the politics of one particular individual. Where's that individual in Andhra?
No, I think that, I would go along with the BJP spokesperson only partially.
Yes.
That this would be a kind of a vote on the performance of the Congress at the center. But one factor that negates the negativity of that factor is that the two states where the Congress is currently ruling, its track record is not altogether bad. Omid Chandi in Kerala, and in Karnataka, Siddaramaia's government. And Siddaramaiah has been able to sew up a social alliance, which is reminiscent of Devraj Arsi's alliance of OBCs, Muslims,
absolutely.
And the backwards, OBCs, Muslims and Dalits. And it's a formidable alliance. I don't agree with the BJP spokesperson that they are going to get about 22 seats in Karnataka. Last time they had 20 seats. Last time their performance in 2009 was 20 seats in Karnataka. And after the assembly elections in Karnataka, their tally was believed to be, Lok Sabha tally was believed to be 6 to 7.
Yes.
As the most generous estimate now is about 12 seats for the BJP, almost the same number for the Congress, and the remaining for the JDS. That would be more realistic to assume.
Okay.
And I think that just go on, exaggerating numbers and adding them up is not going to lead us anywhere in this discussion.
Interestingly, yeah, 1 second. Prabhu Chawla wants to make a point. Prabhu Chawla, you made a very interesting point about, the negation almost of the Congress party, even with Chiranjeevi and his Kappu vote and this merger that has taken place. The Congress has no traction. They have no answers for YSR, Reddy's party. It's quite clear. Jagan Reddy is flying in the state.
I think we must look into... You see what is happening now, you are forgetting one point, the assembly elections are also happening simultaneously in Andhra Pradesh. This Congress government was totally failure in Andhra Pradesh.
Yes.
The question is who will replace it? Is it YSR or Chandrababu Naidu? You don't expect Andhra voters to vote differently in two different elections, that they will vote for some party in parliament and vote for another party in assembly. The question is, I think Andhra has been voted according to same people. Like in 2004, they voted out Telugu Desam out of power, and they also voted in Congress party in both parliament as well as assembly segment.
Yes.
So we must not forget that simultaneous election will go against the Congress party, but may not go in favor of BJP or Telugu Desam. It may go in favor of YSR, who is being seen as a more replacement for Congress party, the rebel Congress. Because there is no Congress in Andhra Pradesh at the moment. There are so many Congresses now, one led by Kiran Reddy, one led by YSR, somebody else led by somebody else. So Andhra Pradesh result will be definitely will be referendum on the local government as well.
Yes.
Local government means who can replace television can replace Congress party or YSR can replace the party.
Okay.
That's the sentiment which Andhra people will reflect.
Two differing points
and
of view.
Andhra come together, they will preferably choose the YSR.
Okay, two rebuttals, sir. Two rebuttals.
They will vote for YSR in both the places.
Two or three rebuttals coming in. Tehseen Poonawalla first, then Dr. Raman and Kartikeya Sharma. In that order. Tehseen.
Okay, so I love all this fantasy that the BJP continues to live in. 2004 fantasy land, 2009 fantasy land. We are sweeping southern India. There's a Modi wave. 2014, I don't know. This is
Where
absolute
are you?
fantasy land. And they see.
Be more worried about that. Where are you?
No, I mean, it's a fantasy. Good luck to them. They can continue to live their dreams.
33 down to 2.
But the fact of the matter is, I would agree, and I'm the one guy who agrees with most of your surveys, but if you're going to tell me the Congress, with or without Chandrasekhar Rao is getting only 2 seats in Telangana, that, my friend, is laughable. That is not happening. I have somebody, I've always disclosed this, I have business interests in Andhra Pradesh, in both states of Andhra Pradesh as well as Karnataka. I go to that state regularly. This is laughable. Telangana, people are divided between TRS and Congress. Congress has more traction in
No, but
in
people
Telangana.
have seen your politics.
There is no way Congress is getting 2 seats, take this in writing.
They have rejected opportunism.
Says an alliance happens.
Look at the manner in which...
an alliance happens, mark my words, they're sweeping it.
Look at the manner in which the Congress went about.
9 seats.
Look at the manner in which the Congress went about its
The manner in which
politics.
it went about it is, there was, despite opposition from within the Congress itself, despite what the BJP paid
You had problems with just one man.
Now let me finish. I don't interrupt anybody. Kindly let me finish. Despite the double games that BJP played, it was Congress MPs who were disrupting parliament. They did not allow Congress to put in marshals. They were putting in conditions. Narendra Modi goes there, says Jai Seemandhra, Jai Telangana.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Flirts with
It doesn't matter.
Does not want a split, then wants a split.
You're
They
down
can
to 2.
flip-flopping. The fact is this has been exposed. The fact is they're going with a Chandrababu Naidu who also flip-flopped on all the issues. The fact is I can see that YSR does have traction in Seemandhra, but YSR will not go with BJP. Yes, to the extent YSR did want to go with the BJP initially, now it is done, sealed, he cannot go with the BJP. It is the UPA that will gain in Seemandhra, but Telangana is the Congress all the way. Anybody else saying anything
Kartikeya Sharma, let me bring you in here. Okay, Kartikeya Sharma, is the Congress hoping to win back the YSR Congress at a certain stage?
I don't think that there's an outreach program. You see, Rahul, if you look at the list, except National Congress, BJP, MIM and Bharatiya Janata Party, the biggest gainers in the politics of Andhra are ideologically neutral. TRS and YSR Reddy's Congress, they're ideologically neutral, and we are not talking about one state, we are talking about 2 states. So I would say that the 2 gainers, both in Seemandhra and Telangana politics, will go to a party which does reasonably well in an all-India election. I think that's the basic point. Remember TRS, in 2009, they had an alliance with Congress, and he attended an NDA rally in Ludhiana. So I think the same will go for YSR, a party which does well at a national level. We'll find both these parties aligning
irrespective of the stance
how
that these parties have taken at
TRS go with
because TRS is in Telangana,
yes,
and YSR Congress is in Seemandhra.
Let me tell you, there are only 3% minorities in Seemandhra. They don't matter. They're not concentrated.
Okay,
this thesis
Dr.
that
Suman
minority
C. Raman,
that doesn't hold.
Dr. Suman C. Raman wants to come in.
I think there is one serious issue about these numbers that you're projecting, Rahul, and that is I think there is a significant underestimation of the TDP. Look, the TDP did very well in the local body elections, where they did
that was not
significantly better than the YSR.
One at a time.
That was not fought on symbols. I'm sorry, it's misleading. It was not fought on symbols. It was not fought on symbols. Local elections were not fought on symbols.
One minute.
Let's be very clear.
If you take the 2009 election, the TDP lost many seats by a narrow margin, and that was because of the Praja Rajyam splitting the vote. Today, you've got a very, if there is this alliance between the TDP and the BJP, they are definitely going to get more than the 9 seats that is projected. Obviously, predominantly in Seemandhra, they don't have much of a presence, significant presence in Telangana, though the BJP does have a presence. The TDP is not going to do well in Telangana, that's a known fact, and neither is the BJP going to win too much in Telangana. But to say that the TDP's performance in 2009 was pretty bad.
And if you're saying that they're just going to repeat that performance in 2014, there is a significant governance deficit in Andhra, and people are also voting for a chief minister. They're also voting for a chief minister in Simandra.
Rahul, just one rebut.
So I think we have to look at the
TDP seems to be benefiting from defections from your party.
Rahul, just one rebut. If Chandrababu Naidu was such a big mass leader...
Just in 1 minute.
No, one second. If Chandrababu Naidu was such a big mass leader, why was he sitting on dharna at Andhra Pradesh Bhavan in Delhi? He would have sat on dharna in Andhra Pradesh. The fact of the matter was nobody came in Andhra Pradesh and sat for dharna. Yet 50 people here in Andhra Pradesh sat for dharna, and the local elections were fought without symbols. The local elections were fought without symbols. Chandrababu Naidu sat on a dharna in Delhi, not in Andhra Pradesh.
Mr. Vinod Sharma wants to make a point.
The organization not for any local election. I don't know if this guy has ever stood for election.
Okay, gentlemen and ladies, 1 minute. Mr. Vinod Sharma, you wanted to come. You want to make a point.
You know, my information is that the Telugu Desam party in recent weeks has gained a lot of ground. We gained a lot of ground in Andhra. I mean Simandra. Yes. It is almost catching up with YSR, but it's not yet there.
Why is that happening?
It's not yet there. Because, you see, unlike YSR's party, where, you see, YSR's son, there is a leadership problem with him. And quite a lot of people in his party are a bit upset with his approach to the affairs. In contrast, the Telugu Desam has a very well-oiled network in both parts of the split state. And if the BJP sets up an alliance with TDP, it is likely to gain from that machinery. That goodwill, the translation of that goodwill into votes could be easier for the BJP. But I beg to disagree a bit with my friend Prabhu.
Yeah.
You see, this vote for the assembly and the centre may not be the same for the simple reason that the issues that are debated currently in Andhra Pradesh, both parts of Andhra Pradesh, are emotional issues. You know. Telangana was a very emotional issue. And
so you don't think it's going to cross-pollinate?
No, so I think that
the result at the national level.
When people are voting for on an emotional issue in Telangana, they will be voting for the fact that they have got the state after such a long struggle. And in Simandra, YSR may gain, is still ahead, because Chandrababu was not clear on whether he wanted Telangana or not, or whether he wanted United Andhra or not.
Yes.
And he was very clear. So that element there of emotion, which is very much there, Simandra, that they wanted United Andhra, is going to help.
Let me bring in Mr. Mysura Reddy. Mr. Mysura Reddy, before I... Okay,
so both parts
second.
They will be voting.
I'll go to Mr. Prabhu Chavla first.
BJP is not going to form a government in Andhra Pradesh by any stretch of imagination. And YSR stands very strong chance of forming a government in Andhra Pradesh. And in Telangana, there is bound to be a government of which the TRS will be part.
Okay.
Maybe probably Congress as well.
Mr. Prabhu Chavla, a quick response to that, since it's a critique of your theory.
No, I mean, not a critique, but a different viewpoint.
Well, a different point. Fine.
No. He's making the same point which I was making. I think he said it differently, I said it differently. I said if people of Andhra Pradesh in both the assemblies, because the assembly elections are being held simultaneously, they are being held for both the states. They will divide it after the election. So the question is, if TRS wins in Andhra Pradesh, then TRS and Congress will gain there. And if ISR is winning in Simandra, then YSR will gain the parliament seat as well as assembly seat. So will the TDP and BJP coming into place? No, neither way. So he is making the point which I am trying to make. If TDP is forming the government in Simandra, it will also get more seats than YSR. Because Telangana is not a question in dispute, because there is no BJP there, there is no TDP there. It is a fight between TRS and Congress party. There is nobody there. It will be split between both of them. The Congress party is going to gain much more than what we are predicting here. I agree with my friend Mr. Poonawalla there. Though I run a paper also there. Congress party, BJP, TDP, the Congress party is this, TDP, BJP doesn't exist at all. Don't exist at all.
So therefore, leadership is not even started campaigning there.
Whosoever formed the government in the state.
Okay. Let me bring in my
whosoever formed the government in the assembly, they will.
Okay, let me just bring in.
They will form the government here. They will support the government at the center.
Okay, so let me bring in Mysura Reddy. Mysura Reddy, was it a mistake to delay taking a firm stand against the creation of Telangana, and that is one of the reasons why you are not gaining, or it has cost you votes, simply put, in Simandra?
Party itself is 2 years back. From that day onwards, we never said that we never said that we are for division of the state.
Okay.
We are for integrated state only.
No, that's fine. But do you think Jagan's perceived closeness to the BJP and his public appreciation of Mr. Narendra Modi has hurt the party's independent image?
See, we are in no way concerned with the prospects of the BJP or anybody. But simply we said the division of the state is not fair, and they are misutilizing the article for their political gains.
No, but will that change?
We explain to every political party of the state, national level and also regional level. There is no need of any strategy. We are interested in the integrated state. That's why we met all the leaders and we explained them the government of India is misutilizing this Article 3 and they are utilizing it for their political gains only. It is not in the interest of the state or in the against the federal spirit of the country.
Okay. Yeah.
That we explained properly and everybody is satisfied with our explanation. But during the time of bill, it is their stand and their compulsions and their
compulsion might be the right
adjustment with the Congress party, because the Prime Minister called them for 2 or 3 meetings and
so you are alleging fixing.
And earlier stand is that if the bill comes, they will support.
Okay,
it is their stand.
Okay, Dr. Pullarao, how do you assess this? Is there going to be a change in stand after the election results are out?
No, definitely whoever forms the government, as Mr. Sharma said, if I am right, whoever is going to form the government, regional parties will try to get a place in that sun.
No, but what if the BJP enters into a alliance with the TDP? Then what happens to Jagan Reddy?
It doesn't matter at all.
Do you think that doesn't
matter at all.
That's not a cross, there is no conflict.
And the other factor which we cannot deny is Modi is a factor. His name recognition is there.
Maybe
will it
not
matter?
in Telangana, but in Seemandhra it will have a significant impact.
Okay, but if you have an association between the BJP and the TDP, will YSR therefore cross over if the NDA were to come to power? That's the fundamental question, Mr. Vinod Sharma, Karthikeya Sharma, both of you.
One thing that what YSR will do, I'm not really able to fathom, but since over as TRS is concerned, they have a major problem thinking of joining up with the NDA.
Right.
Because there is a significant minority vote in Telangana. And TRS will be a big loser. He may, in the short run, seem to be gaining power at the center, share in power at the center. But his long-term prospects would be badly damaged in Telangana. And I think the Congress will gobble him up there if he dares to cross over to the NDA post-elections. That's one. Second, YSR. You see, YSR has been praising, Modi as an afterthought, if I may say so.
Okay.
There hasn't been ever a fulsome praise of Modi from Jagan Mohan Reddy. I haven't heard him making a fulsome praise at all, and neither has Chandrababu Naidu to that extent. I mean, theirs have been a qualified, appraisal, so to speak, of Mr. Modi. They are not praising Mr. Modi.
So everyone's hedging their bets.
So they are all hedging their bets because they are all currently assessing as to how are these trial balloons being appreciated by the people on the ground.
Okay, very interesting. How long can they continue to do that? Dr. Sumant C. Raman, very quickly, before we take a break.
YSR also has the problem of the cases, so he needs a friendly government at the center.
Yes.
So we've got to keep that in mind, that for Jagan Reddy, the cases are very, very important. And a hostile central government is big trouble for the YSR Congress. So you've got to keep that whoever forms the government in Delhi, YSR Congress is going to be ready to do business with them.
May I make a point?
Yes, very quickly.
May I make a point here, sir? You're right, sir. But the BJP's entire campaign against the Congress has been that Congress doesn't fight elections alone, it fights together with the CPI. Now, in the changed scenario, when the new government takes over and assuming
absolutely, where does that leave?
Assuming that it's a BJP government,
where does that leave?
Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, regardless of what numbers he has in Parliament, he would be the man who would be the perennial, ombudsman, self-professed, to be making these points. And I think that the new NDA government, if it is an NDA government, it's all qualified, then they would be doubly conscious about their image.
Okay.
You see, if they get painted similarly...
Right, one understands. But if that were indeed the case, then when we come to our next state of Karnataka, the alliance that has been formed between the BJP and others there on the ground would be... Yes, but I want to come back to you, Mr. Prabhu Chawla, right now to ask you the three main takeaways. The two big contenders from this state as they emerge are KCR and Jagan Mohan Reddy, 13 and 17 seats between them. They will eye something at the center. Very quickly, Mr. Prabhu Chawla, the three big takeaways.
You have to decide. You are giving it a one indication. I am talking these are two split verdicts.
Yes.
One are for Andhra, Simandhra region, one are for Telangana region.
Indeed.
So these are not one Andhra Pradesh. We have talking about two split verdicts. The question we are again talking, we are speculating what will happen after the election. I am saying if BJP and Telugu Desam are coming together, which according to all of us, we think they are coming together, then the fight is straight away between YSR and Telugu Desam BJP. Then YSR will not be able to support the NDA government if it forms here, because Telugu Desam is part of it. If Telugu Desam doesn't win, the BJP Telugu Desam doesn't form the government in Andhra Pradesh. If YSR forms the government in Andhra Pradesh, then they will not support Modi at all. It is vice versa as well. But in Telangana region, there is no BJP, there is no TDP, there is no YSR.
Yes.
It is some kind of a friendly fight between Congress and TRS. They will decide who will they support. If they come together and fight the election, then both these parties, YSR, Telugu Desam, BJP, will not get a zero presence in Telangana.
Well, it might just be that KCR is happy.
So it depends on what kind of thing they fit up.
Okay. Three general takeaways. I'm sorry, we really need to take a break. I'm sorry, Dr. Pullarao. We really need to take a break. Perhaps we can sum up by saying opportunism doesn't pay. The Congress drubbing on the cards in Andhra. And from our poll, it seems that even in Telangana, they're not going to pick up very much, losing out there to the TRS. The Modi effect still out there. The jury's still out on that one. The people aren't quite convinced. But with Naidu, things might change. We're taking a short break. We return and we look at the result, the Sunday Guardian opinion poll from Karnataka. Don't go away.